I didn't bring Jaack up on the podcast, because if I had to bring Jaack up on the podcast, it would just be me telling Alfie Deyes that JaackMaate has done equally everything that he has accused Alfie Deyes of. I didn't want to do that to Jaack, because he was my friend.
So boys and girls, we finally got some drama. I've waited 3 long months for some juicy gossip, and it's finally here. Inject it into my veins! It's just a pen, don't worry, I'm not, pen, it's a pen. The birds are singing, the sun is shining, and I'm feeling like a copyright claim if I sing any more of that song. So I'm Alex and JaackMaate. Friends, right? Wrong. Podcast co-host, though, right? Wrong. Again, I thought you would have got the hang of it after the first one. Now I feel like I've got some sort of like inside info as to why this has actually happened and why it's all kicked off when World War III has started. But I'm going to leave that at the end, because otherwise you cheeky sods, or some of you, you're going to click off, aren't you? Look, that's one gone already, see ya. Also, just as a disclaimer before we start, if there's any JaackMaate fans, or most likely ImAllexx fans, come on this video and just like, oh Tom, you shouldn't say that, that's so nasty, or dislike the video, then I don't care. Not one bit. Just do it. I will, if you do leave a comment like that, I'll just thank you for watching. So, nice one. Right, so now we've got that out of the way, this all started with a podcast with Alfie Deyes, ImAllexx and INabber.
No, I appreciate you guys having me down. I appreciate you having us on.
No problem.
You're flat and
Thanks
everything
for
like that.
having us on.
Inviting me down.
It's all good.
Before we start, I just want to throw out, nothing is off bounds. Yeah. Swear if you want to swear, bring up anything if you want to bring up anything. I don't want anyone watching this thinking that I've limited you to certain topics.
So for those that don't know, Alex, Fraser and especially Jaack have made numerous videos on Alfie Deyes, slating him and saying everything negative that you could possibly think of.
2 other YouTubers that I've taken a little bit of animosity towards are 2 YouTube titans, Alfie and Zoella. Now, some of the main things I've disliked about these 2 as YouTubers, in my opinion, have included their consistent greed in persistently selling to their audience, how out of touch they seem to be whilst desperately trying to maintain that they're not, and last but not least, Tories. So
this was recorded over a month ago, but yesterday was the first time JaackMaate had actually really reacted to it in his video called something like My Reaction to Alfie Deyes. Now at the very start of his video, Jaack actually says you can't just criticise Alfie Deyes because that would be a little bit unfair. He's also got to criticise Alex and Fraser for their parts that they played in the whole thing.
Before we begin, I just want to give a quick disclaimer. As I am about to critique this video as a standalone piece of content, I kind of have to separate myself from my existing relationships with those 2 boys in order to critique everyone fairly. I'm obviously going to be calling Alfie Deyes out on his utter waffle, so I need to kind of do it for all 3 of those fairly and as I see fit.
Now I'm not sure if Alex were expecting Jaack to go, do you know what, Alex, do you want to see this? Because you might not like some things I've said and I've cut them out, so just make sure I don't offend you because you are sort of about friends. So see, that's not how commentary works. That's not what commentary channels are based upon. A commentary channel, the only reason people watch commentary channels is because they're honest. They give the true, not necessarily true, but they give their honest opinions. And the only real problem with commentary channels comes when people start pussyfooting around people. And you can call JaackMaate many things, but he's not a pussyfooter. Sounds like something you call Shane Dawson, actually. Allegedly. So as I said, this video was uploaded yesterday, and it was a start of something quite spectacular. Quick disclaimer, it's not a friendship.
So to people who want me to address Jaack's video again, here we go. JaackMaate uploaded a 30-minute video today talking about the Alfie Deyes podcast I did a month ago with INabber. The way I ended up on that podcast is because Fraser asked to have me on. I went on there to talk about YouTube. I didn't really give a fuck about hammering Alfie Deyes. Not why I was there. So
one of the main issues that Jaack had with Alex was that he bottled it. Now this video is 32 minutes long, and I can't be bothered to go all the way through and see if he said the word bottled once, but he definitely did say it on Twitter. By saying Alex bottled it, he's referring to the fact that every time Alfie said something like, oh, you said this about me, like, Alex didn't really back up his point. He was just like, yeah, I'm sorry, like, I agree, yeah, you're right, Alfie Deyes, yes, Alfie Deyes, Alfie Deyes, Lord and Saviour Alfie Deyes.
Yeah, so, I said that because, I was watching, a bunch of people that week, mainly the Americans. Yeah, because I can't bear the American vloggers.
Okay, so that could very possibly be true. Alex may have been referring to the American lot. But we all know that the quote directly applies to Alfie as well, and that's what Alfie's getting at, isn't it? He's not asking, why did you say those nasty things about those Americans? He wants to know why you said those nasty things about him.
But to be fair, in the live stream, what Alex did, he did kind of agree with what Jaack was saying and the criticisms that he had, so I'm not really sure what it is to do with the bottling thing.
And I was more disappointed by that. And the critique is probably fair. I could have gone harder on Alfie. That's cool. That's really great, and I probably could have.
I think one of the main reasons is because of this.
And it's one of those things where there are some of them still who do things like, for example, will mention Ollie White and his Ollie merch.
As far as I'm aware, I'm one of the only YouTubers that called out Ollie White, so this bit is clearly about me.
I look at that and I'm just like,
bro,
try a bit harder.
I mean, you can't
look
at your
but
fucking
that's why I
jump.
made this. That's why I made this. No, I'm not joking, that's why I made this.
That doesn't matter whether you made it because of that or not. You still make money off of that. How much of an incentive is money?
Ooh. Huge for a lot of YouTubers, massive. I literally do not care.
I think that's a lie. If you didn't care about money, you wouldn't upload double in the month of December when the CPM goes up.
So in this video, Alex says he doesn't care about money, which I always find strange. Very, very strange, because if nobody cared about money at all, then catch me outside Tesco in a cardboard box, because I can't afford to live anywhere. Jaack calls him out on this and says that, Alex, you do care about money. Every single one of your videos is over 10 minutes, which is a very, very true point. Now, all mine are over 10 minutes, so you might say, oh, where do you care about money? Yeah, I do. I do like money. Everyone likes money, I think, so I don't really think that's a massive issue. The only real problem comes is when you say you don't like money, and really, you love money. That's the issue. And this whole thing really links in quite closely to the merch. So JaackMate's had multiple digs at a YouTuber called Ollie White who created some merch with a stick man. That's all it was. Just a stick man. It was horrendous. It was just terrible.
Okay, where's that money going then? Charity, yeah?
I think Alfie's hit the nail on the head there. I think he's bang on. I think it is a grey area for YouTubers that slag off merch to then bring out their own merch. And I do think that sometimes irony can be that get out of jail free card, and one that I've played before. My merch is different to all their merch because it's funny.
I think the reason this really touched a nerve is because in a few days Alex has got some new merch out. Now all this kicking off about how bad his merch is a couple of days before his merch releases.
Probably not a good move, not great, Alex, not ideal.
But this has been boiling up for ages. If you didn't know that ImAllexx and JaackMaate had a podcast, I guess, called the Happy Hour Podcast, where JaackMaate and ImAllexx was on it, but for some reason now ImAllexx is not on it. I don't know how that decision came about. I don't know if they decided, you know what, it's not really working very well between us both. Never happens. If it's ever a mutual agreement, it's never a mutual agreement. It's always one person saying, do you know what, I don't really think you're very good. So this has been bubbling under the surface for ages. We've been having little digs at JaackMaate saying, oh, James Marriott, at least you don't kick me off the podcast. And it was a matter of time. And this Periscope or live stream, whatever it was, it made it all explode. So you're probably wondering what the inside information was. Well, it's not particularly inside, it's more like just like lingering on the edge. Because I think quite a lot of people missed it. You see, in this rant what ImAllexx did, he said that JaackMaate left him basically at VidCon and didn't turn up. Now JaackMaate is somebody that's absolutely slated people for not turning up to meet and greets or charging the fans or whatever.
This is a bit awkward.
Like when I had to sit outside at VidCon because I wasn't allowed in, and I had to meet a few hundred people, and they kept on asking me where Jaack was, and I had to keep on saying he's not here because he just fucking lumped it on me at last second. Then that's something that I can't stand there and sit and watch, and I refuse to.
Because of what I said before, JaackMaate can't really afford to ever not turn up to a meet and greet, because that will come across as massively hypocritical.
Because I don't want a video like that up there that just misbetrays.
Hello everyone, my name is Gary the Gazelle. If you don't like the video, and subscribe if you're new. The cheetah will eat me for his dinner. Please don't let me die.
The way the situation was, I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair on me. And I don't want to be seen as somebody who's just going to be pushed around by people, because it's just unfair.
So you're probably wondering, what did Fraser say? What did INabber say? Well, he was pretty sound with it, really. He basically just said, yeah, I could have done things differently. I agree with this, I maybe don't agree with you on this, and that's it. So where are they now? Is it World War III? Are they firing missiles backwards and forwards at each other? Or insults? Well, not really. They agreed to disagree, maybe. They got on a phone call, as you do with a phone, and they said that they basically sorted it out. They're going to go on a podcast and get some views from it, so I mean, it kind of worked out okay. I mean, it's a bit like the diss tracks, like, oh, we'll fall out with you, we'll fall out with you, oh, everyone's going to watch this will be hilarious, and it's going to get some views. But yes, finally, some YouTube drama. I've absolutely loved this. It's really, I'm in my element here. I've really enjoyed it. I was so excited to make this video, but yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you